Very good evening. Welcome to another exciting edition of Big Talk, a program where we highlight political issues in Nigeria and bring experts to give us opinions about how we could actually move the country forward. And tonight, we're looking at party politics. As far as our democracy is concerned, we know that you cannot be in any elective office without going through the vehicle of party. And when we talk about parties in Nigeria, at least since the return to democracy in 1999, one political party has been very popular, although now as an opposition party, the People's Democratic Party. And just some days ago, 2 days ago in Abuja, we saw the PDP inaugurate a committee that will steer it towards its convention. And just before then, we saw the minister of the FCT, who serves in an APC government, but is still a member of the PDP, read out some demands he has placed on the party if the convention must be successful. And at the party, at that inauguration, we saw our party members speaking very fiercely about how that political party will actually carry out its convention come November the 16th and 17th in Oyo, Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. Tonight, we'll have joining us to help make sense of the discussion a seasoned politician who is a member of the PDP and a high-ranking member of the party will be helping us as we make conversations around the convention, the matters arising, and what is the PDP offering Nigerians as we move towards 2027. But before we get to this conversation, let's go for a short break. We'll be right back. All right, so let's see the report of what actually happened during the inauguration of that convention planning committee in Abuja.
Governor Fintiri will lead a 110-member committee that includes high-profile figures such as Ademola Adeleke of Osun State as Deputy Chairman, Kabiru Turaki as Deputy Chairman second, and Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State as Secretary. Other prominent members of the committee are PDP Board of Trustees Chairman Senator Adolphus Wabara, National Chairman Ambassador Umar Damagu, former Vice President Namadi Sambo, and several serving governors, including Bala Muhammad of Bauchi State, Seyi Makinde of Oyo State, and Governor Geleb Mufwang of Plateau State.
That this party, like I've always reiterated, is above any personal interest or any individual. I want to make this clear. Ironically, many of these detractive voices have come from individuals who have benefited immensely from the party.
Kamagu charged the committee to work with unity of purpose, stressing that the outcome of the convention will determine the party's strength and readiness ahead of the 2027 general elections.
We are with you on this journey as governors, and we will show that we believe in the capacity of the regulator, INEC. We are confident that it is a very varied and good organization, driven by rule of law. This convention is on course, our party is on course to make sure we have our party.
The PDP's Governors Forum Chairman Bala Muhammad of Bauchi State assured the committee of the full support of PDP governors, describing the convention as a turning point to reposition the party for victory in future elections.
I want to tell you, every stakeholder in this party is my friend, but I will not place this party or our relationship above this party. I will deliver on my assignment. I will ensure what is expected of me is what is done, and I accept, along with 119 members, this assignment on behalf of our party with all humility.
The convention has been scheduled for November the 15th and 16th in Ibadan, Oyo State. Party leaders say the event will serve as a platform to foster unity and strengthen the PDP ahead of the 2027 polls. Governor Fintiri's appointment has been widely seen as a vote of confidence in his leadership, following a successful coordination of the PDP National Convention in 2021. Ubong Usoro for Global Television.
All right, so joining us live to help make sense of the discussion is a PDP chieftain, Mazi Nnamdi Dixon Irabo, who was at that meeting, who was at that inauguration. And are you one of those that were inaugurated?
Well, thank you. I'm a member of this party. Yeah. And those who have been given the duty to serve the party at the committee level for the convention, our business is to support them. So am I a member? I'm a member directly and indirectly.
Right.
So my interest is that we get it right. That's what's important to me.
All right. So at that inauguration, I saw the names that were read out. Amadu Fintiri, former, they made it the current governor of Adamawa State as a chairman, vice chairman Governor Ademola Adeleke, deputy vice chairman Kabiru Turaki, former minister of special duties, and we have Secretary General Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State. Yes. And the first question
Secretary of the committee.
The Secretary of the committee, yeah. And the first thoughts that came into my mind is that are you even sure that the people that you've drafted into this committee are really members of your party?
You should be telling us. Are you a member of the party? If you're not,
I'm not a member of the party. You know your members.
Then leave it to us. We know our members, right? We know our members, and. You know, I have kept wondering what the media wants, whether you want PDP to survive and save this country, or you just want this chaos, so-called, that is man-made to continue and then derail the nation to one-party state.
No, we don't have.
We don't have a dog in the fight. Our members, we have a committee that we brought out, and you're querying whether the members in this committee are truly members of our party. So if you have information to give us,
and these are the positions. These are the positions that people have. The current governor of Osun State, Ademola Adeleke. There were rumors that he's going to be defecting to the APC. And already we've seen him. He said that he will be supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. And it's part of your convention planning committee that will ultimately lead to you having a presidential candidate and all of that. Do you think it's even fair to have such a name that has been, and there's not been any report from the party if what he said has been taken back or not, because it's in the public domain to be a member of your convention planning committee? Okay. Of course, we wish the PDP well.
Thank you for wishing us well.
And as we wish every other party well.
Above everything, we wish our country well. We have only one president at the moment. Even here seated, even though I'm not a fan of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, but he is my president. He's the president of my country. If he succeeds, Nigeria succeeds. So every Nigerian should give every president that emerges at any point in time every support required. So that the governor of Osun State, where the president comes from originally, he is from Osun State, said he's supporting the president to succeed. Well, we don't have a candidate yet, right? So any Nigerian can say whatever about wanting to support the president. But when PDP now gets a candidate and you see such members as you've alluded to, that it is a rumor that he's leaving the party to APC and all of
But his support for the president, but he's saying he will support the president in public domain.
I will support the president too. Wouldn't you support him to succeed? I will. But I'm a
No, for 2027, the elections.
2027 election is not here yet. In fact, the distractions that we started seeing, billboards of the president across the nation for 2027, is what has made governance to suffer. It's a distraction because 2 years into your first term, or the term as constitutionally given to you, of course, after you have performed, if you perform well, possibly Nigerians may decide to renew it or not. But he's not even allowed 2 years to elapse, and he started 2027 campaign and distracting governance. And that's why the state of the country is in a precarious state. So for us as members of PDP, our focus is to re-engineer our party from within and put it back on track, because Nigerians are yearning for the return of PDP, sincerely, and that is true. This hunger and this instability in our nation, we've had enough of it. At least we tested 16 years of PDP, and we have about to test concluding part of 12 years of APC. At the moment, we are the 10th year of APC, and the difference is clear. So what we are doing is to put our house together and come back to winning ways. Our convention is going to hold in November in Ibadan, as you rightly said, and that is our focus at the moment. And that convention is to elect a new NWC, right? This is not the convention that will produce the presidential candidate. This is the convention that will produce a new NWC that will steer the ship of the party to now organize a proper convention that will now throw up our candidate. So the process is on, and PDP is a democratic institution. In fact, about the only democratic party in Nigeria, because all the processes required, right, internal processes required democratically to throw up leadership. That's what PDP, goes through. And that you're a member of PDP does not reduce the fact that you're a Nigerian first. So that you're a member of PDP and you are discussing the interests of the Nigerian people, there's nothing wrong with that. So we don't have a challenge with anybody who is supporting the success of an administration that affects all of us, as the case is today.
Okay, so let me keep asking questions now about your party and about the convention planning committee that we've seen inaugurated. And during that inauguration, I saw party stakeholders speak in very strong terms. Somebody like the Governors Forum Chairman, Bala Mohammed, he spoke in very strong terms that this party is not a party of cowards, if I quote him, and in no time will come out and will state our position very clear. I like that you speak to me, because there have been talks about people practicing anti-party activities. The people have even alluded to the FCT minister and like the governor I just mentioned. Well, it seems your party has not really done anything about them. And just before that meeting, a fortnight, we had the FCT minister come out with 8 different points that he wants the party to achieve before he would be part of the planning and all of that. What do you think are some of the things your party will be doing? Maybe you like to tell Nigerians as they want to know, or your party is doing to restore some sort of discipline in the party.
Again, the FCT minister keeps reoccurring, and this is a public servant who has engaged the media with public resources to disparage at every given opportunity the party that has made him what he is politically. It's unfortunate. The last media chat he had, personally, as a Nigerian, I was disgusted. Then, secondly, as a party man, I was miffed. I was angered in my spirit that this is allowed to continue to fester. And like you rightly observed, at the last meeting we had, the last NEC meeting we had, it wasn't a NEC meeting, it was the inauguration of the zoning, the convention committee. And you heard the chairman of our party, who has done very well, has done a very good job keeping the party together as a diplomat. Because what was expected is that the party will pull the roof over itself and will get destroyed and the party will go extinct. But Ambassador Ilya Damagun has succeeded very well in managing the interests of the party itself. You heard him there say the PDP is not broken and that we're not cowards. Yes, truly we're not. That we have tolerated excesses of airy members and all of that is simply because they say someone whose house is on fire doesn't chase after a rat. So our focus, as he has steered the ship of organizing the party and all of that, is to get the party on track. I've said on different forums that PDP, the vision of the founding fathers of PDP is not to be in the opposition. The vision is to govern Nigeria, and to govern Nigeria aright, to put Nigeria on that pedestal where it ought to be the giant of Africa. And that's what Nigeria is. That's the vision behind the formation of PDP, not to be in the opposition that disparages the image of the nation and disrupts governance and all of that. So the FCT minister, Minister Nyesom Wike, has, I'm sure, has received very loudly the reaction of the leaders of the party. And I believe that he will be cautioning himself going further, because nothing is stopping this train of success of the PDP from, it's already moved. So you stand in the way, it will crush you.
Right.
All right. So I can assure you that we may not necessarily be doing what the people who are not members of our party want us to do. We have internal ways of solving issues amongst ourselves. So the points raised by his group, and that's not a faction, because I've started hearing from the media that, there is a faction of the party that is said to be against the party to derail the convention and all of that. There's no faction in PDP. PDP is one, but it is a political party, and people have a right to demand for their interest if it is not captured. So I just would see it as, yes, they've made their point, they've expressed their interests and all of that, and the party will capture their interests where necessary. And where the interests of the collective, supersedes their own personal and parochial interests, it will be shoved aside, and the party would focus on what it ought to do, which is to reposition itself to winning ways and come rescue Nigeria from the current precarious state we found ourselves.
Right. So one of the things I heard at that convention was the fact that people should go, and Governor Fintiri said you can go about meeting people, talking to delegates, that yes, zoning will be observed, but nobody will be told not to buy forms and all of that. You'd like to explain that, because we thought that the PDP had a gentleman agreement towards zoning, where
not gentleman, it's actually constitutional.
Oh, in your
zoning
constitution.
Is in our constitution.
All right, where you have the north and the
Yes,
south.
it's between north and
But from
south.
what we heard from him, it seems the party will be thrown open. But just before you went to the,
Sorry,
please,
don't misrepresent
let me finish so you just help put us in that height. But before we went to, when you had your last neck, it was strongly spelled out that the presidency of your party will be zoned to the south. But from what we heard the chairman say, if you are a northerner and you can meet people, you can talk to people. So where's the place of zoning if even people from the north at this point can also engage in getting the forms?
Yeah, you see, what the chairman of the convention committee carefully stated there is that the constitution of the country, Nigeria, is above the constitution of our party and the constitution of any party in Nigeria. The constitution of Nigeria allows every freeborn, every Nigerian citizen to aspire, as long as you're qualified, you're satisfied, and you meet the criteria and all of that, you're constitutionally empowered to aspire. However, the political party PDP has a zoning formula, and that has been adopted. This time around, the party is going south. That's very clear. We've taken that position. However, as a Nigerian who is a member of PDP, you still want to try your luck. It's open to you. But that doesn't mean that the ticket is thrown open to all. No. It will be clear on the day that you will now come for the contestation. You will know that truly, the party has zoned it, and that's what it is. We did it in 2017. Okay. In 2017, the party zoned its ticket for presidency to the north, right? And so when we had our convention in 2018, there were 12 northerners. Only no southerner purchased expression of interest form and nomination form. No, not one. So the 12 aspirants of that contest for the ticket in 2018 were all northerners, where Atiku eventually emerged and became the candidate of the party. And that is the same that we're doing against the 2027 election. I want to believe that those whose ambition has derailed the party, because that's what it did. The party was the ambition of one person, Atiku Abubakar.
Atiku Abubakar derailed the PDP.
His ambition derailed the party in 2023.
But the party gave him the ticket.
No, it was thrown open. The party left it. That's now to compare to what we have done now and what was done in 2023. That one was left open, so anybody could, indicate interest. And of course, because the party did not uphold its constitution, which recognized zoning. That's why the party has suffered so much. All of these squabbles, both the Wike troubles and all of that, it came clearly from that derailment of the party in 2022 from when it didn't zone its ticket to as it should have. Because it was wrong for anybody to have imagined that Buhari's 8 years, after it, another northerner would take over. That was very wrong. And that's what the party is now, trying to correct. But the chairman of the convention committee, rightly, like I said, expressed the interests of the Nigerian people far above the interest of the party. However, our party is going south, and that is what it is. There's no other arrangement to that. The ticket of the party is not thrown open by the statement of the convention chairman. This convention chairman is only to organize the convention that will throw up the NWC. So when we get to that other contestation for the presidential ticket of the party, it will be very clear to you that indeed PDP has internal ways of upholding its rules. And this time around, because we are tired of seeing our country derailed.
Derailed? Your country or your party?
Our country is derailed.
But your party is derailed.
No. PDP is not derailed in any manner whatsoever. As far as I'm concerned, that's why I stated that I don't know what the media wants.
You don't blame
every time the media, not just your platform, most media platforms, every time you see this attempt to promote one individual above the collective.
No, we are not
and
just.
That's not possible.
We are not promoting.
One
we are asking
individual
questions.
cannot be bigger than a political
Absolutely,
party
absolutely.
as big as PDP.
Absolutely. We are just asking questions.
Yeah,
The media,
but
for us
don't
as the media,
don't infer that there is crisis in the party when there is no crisis.
For us as the media, we are asking questions because we didn't tell Nyesom Wike to call a press statement to issue that press statement. He called the media.
No doubt.
Yeah.
He called you, but when such things happen, the media should also balance the narrative and say,
and that's why we have you here today.
Very good. And that's why I'm not clarifying to you that there's no one individual that can be said to be bigger than the party. No group of a few, no zone in Nigeria can even say that they are going to frustrate the party, especially when the party is abiding to its rules.
Right.
The only time that the party had members work against it was when it jettisoned its written document, the Constitution. That was the only thing that gave impetus to the likes of Wike and the G5 governors and a few, including myself. In 2023, I worked against my party. I didn't stay in the party to work against the party. I left, alongside the candidate who is still my candidate, and we're wooing him back. That is Peter Obi. So many of us were not happy with what the party did because, indeed, they say agreement is agreement. And Wike, at this stage, he dances to that song a lot to realize that agreement is agreement. We have agreed now to go south. That agreement should be upheld and supported. We've also appreciated his song also, which he dances to. That is, you give these people, you give these people. It's give and take. That's what politics is about. Give and take. And you can't be selfish about it. You can't say, give me all that I want or nothing, or everything goes down. No. That's not. This is a party that holds the interest of the Nigerian people.
Some people say that the PDP may be living in denial. That the PDP may not really understand that it is not the party it used to be. Some 12 years ago, you just mentioned when they had the paraphernalia of being in power. They had all of the governors. As of today, you have just 8 governors. In Nigeria,
8 or 10. We have 10 governors.
Okay, 10 governors in Nigeria. And is that not worrisome that
they came to power without one governor?
At that time, there wasn't. Nigeria didn't have any governor. In 1999, Nigeria didn't have any governor. But let me just ask my question now. Are you not worried that a lot of members seem to also be leaving your party?
Who are these lot of members? That governors elected on our platform decided to save their own asses or save themselves for whatever blackmail. Yes, for whatever blackmail that they are getting from the ruling party, as I refer to it, and all of that. Ask yourself, these platforms or these governors that have left, how many of the people followed them? You understand? For instance, we had what's it called, the Okowa, who was governor of Delta State, right, and vice presidential candidate of the party. When in 2023, Obi, who didn't have a councillor under Labour Party, won him in Delta State. And that should tell you clearly, it's about the Nigerian people, and PDP is about the people. What, like I have maintained, is what derailed the party is just that it jettisoned its own document. Once the party upholds its rules, the Nigerian people is our interest. Our party is not a governor's political party. Neither is it a
but your party talks a lot about structure. Your party talks a lot about
structure. Is the people, not governors, not councillors, not ministers, not senators on the house. The people. That's what it is. People's Democratic Party. It is our motto is power to the people, not the big men in power. No.
Right. So let's talk about re-strategizing your party and maybe recalibrating your party and bringing your party back to prominence, because
the party is still in prominence. In fact, after the APC, which is the party in government, the other party that exists in Nigeria,
Yeah.
and that's the only party that exists actually, only
Right,
democratic party that
right.
exists is PDP.
Yeah, but we look at the INEC list, you have a lot of parties. But just
in America, you have hundreds of, I think more than 100
Just-
political
just to
parties,
complete
but there
the
are
question.
only two parties known in America. That is the Democratic Party and the Republican Party.
just to complete my question now, what are some of the ways that your party will use to get Nigerian people? Because like you mentioned, at that time in 2015, a lot of commentators mentioned that it was a revolution against your party, the ineffective rule of your party, that was what led to us having the APC come into power. That a revolution, a battle revolution happened against your party at that time. And just to finish up that question now, do you think that the Nigerian people now are looking at your party as a credible alternative to the ruling party, the APC?
No, first, it wasn't a revolution against my party. It was a rebellion against my party. Because members of the party rebelled. And like I said, just like we did in 2023, people rebelled in 2015 because of not upholding that document, the zoning formula. Jonathan, even though I supported him in 2023, because yes, he was incumbent, and like I will always mention, my country comes first before my party. So at the time that Jonathan finished the 2014 National Confab, one of the reasons why I personally supported him was simply so that we could implement that document. That 2014 National Confab document, if implemented, our nationhood journey would have been activated. We would have had the People's Constitution from it and all of that. But of course, like I said, people rebelled from within. Atiku Abubakar and the rest of them rebelled, and the party, and of course, if you even ask me, the GEJ didn't lose that election, he only gave it away because the uproar against him and all of that was indeed too loud for him to probably bear. If I was president and I made up my mind as he did to contest, I wouldn't have left the way I did, especially when that election was not clear. You remember what happened, the Beavers, is it Beavers at that time, that failed, right? That card reader failed, the president's own failed on live television 3-4 times. That was enough to cancel the usage of that very innovation at that time, because it failed. And in different parts of Nigeria, people, particularly northern Nigeria, where numbers came from and all of that, they jettisoned that card reader. And, you know, people were just on printing and all of that. Even underage voting, we all saw it. It was there.
Are you contesting the validity of that election?
That election, Jonathan did not lose it. PDP did not lose it. The president only put the interest of the nation
But
first.
INEC,
Right.
the
It's
regulatory
allowed. We have gone
agency
beyond
charged
it.
with that
We have
mandate
gone-
announced it.
We have gone just like the 2023 election. Tinubu did not win the election. He grabbed it and ran with it, and INEC, you know, upheld it and then concluded it in the Supreme Court. That's it. But the people of Nigeria did not particularly choose this
But we
government.
don't have those
That's a
records.
fact.
Our history
No,
books
the
don't
facts
speak.
are in the public domain. We
Our
cannot
history books.
pretend about
Our
it.
history books does not say
No,
that
the
INEC
history
announced
books-
Tinubu.
I agree. The history books recognizes that INEC announced Tinubu by 4 a.m. An aberration. An aberration. 4 a.m.
Yeah, but
Is that right?
We had it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
What matters is that we had
You see,
agents from
just-
all political
sorry, just
parties.
like Peter Obi will say.
There were state coalitions.
No.
The process could be tracked from one place to the other.
Until we are bold to put this country first above interests of either personal or parochial group interests, then this nation will not move forward.
But you know the
Let
allegations
us-
against your party of rigging. So if you allege that there was rigging in 2023, have your party
You see,
in different places?
First,
where
that's
people
not the
allege
argument.
that
He has grabbed it, he has snatched it, and he ran with it. He is in the villa.
Went to
and
the court,
unfortunately,
went to the court.
having grabbed it and ran with it, and now in the villa, he has failed in delivering on whatever it is to the Nigerian people. Our business.
I'm not his communication
Hold on, sir.
person. They will
Our
argue
business
as
is
to that
okay.
fact.
It's okay. No, come on. I'm a Nigerian. You're a Nigerian. Is your life better? No, since Tinubu since APC came to power from 2015 to now, has life about the Nigerian people improved? Has
Nigerian people have that
insecurity,
question
the
to
situation-
answer.
Sorry?
The Nigerian people
You
have
are
a
a
question
Nigerian.
to
I am a
answer. And they will
Nigerian.
answer
I am
you.
answering on behalf of the Nigerian
No, you're
people.
answering on behalf of yourself.
No. I am answering on behalf of the Nigerian people. The situation of our country is terrible.
No, but
hunger
you
is
cannot
biting
aggregate the totality
this
of the Nigerian
nation
people.
down.
That's hasty generalization. It's simple logic.
No, please. You see, I come from, I'm an Abombise man. Yeah. I come from a family. I have friends. I live amongst Nigerians. I'm not disconnected like the president is, because recently the president came out to tell us that, oh, there is enough money, that we don't borrow anymore. Really, is it true? That's a lie. How can the president come out to deceive us with such views?
I don't know if
you have so much money, how come it's not improving the lives of the Nigerian people? How come the infrastructure that is ought to be, attended to are not attended to and all of that, and you're deceiving us? So the point I'm making is, the PDP, when we were in government, we know how much, food was. Food was not a challenge under the watch of PDP. We had basics about nation building. No. The bag of rice was, it is a fact. A bag of rice under our watch was less than
how much was the minimum wage under the watch of the PDP?
Thank you for bringing that up. Let's discuss that. Minimum wage was 33,000 naira thereabout. Now, 33,000 naira under PDP. Our exchange rate was less than 200 naira.
Was 165.
Less than 200 naira. Let's keep it that way. Under PDP, right? With that 35,000 naira, a bag of rice was about 7,500, 8,000 naira.
At some point, it got to 15,000. It got to 15,000 before.
Not under PDP, please.
No.
Not under PDP. We left power, please. When we left power in 2015, a bag of rice was maximum 8,000 naira. That's a fact. And if you are earning 33,000 naira, transportation was not as high as it is. You could manage. If you were earning 33,000 naira, you could buy a bag of rice and manage your family and all of that. Now, you're earning 70,000 naira minimum wage. A bag of rice is more than 80 to 90,000 to 100,000 as the case may be. You can't even buy one. Not to talk of transportation and other things. Not
about the fact that there are substitutes to that.
There's no comparison whatsoever between the governance of PDP and that of APC. And that is why there's a need for us to urgently
one of these days, I'm going to have an APC person.
I'll be glad.
I'll have an APC person in the studio so that you will debate that. I'm not a spokesperson to the PDP.
I'll be very glad to do that.
But let's talk about your party today and leave the APC. They also have their problems. I know your party has its own problems, right? And you're trying to settle
it's a political party.
Yes,
it's not a religious organization.
Even religious organizations have problems.
Exactly.
So let's stay.
So don't vilify us for tackling our issues.
Let's stay within the contents of your party, the PDP, the party that once prided itself as the largest political party
in Africa. It is still the largest political party in the country.
When last did you do the verification of your members? How many members do you have? No. Because the APC now claims they are the largest political party.
See,
but let me just
this is a party. You are bringing APC again.
Honorable,
APC cannot do what we have done.
Honorable,
even internally as a political party.
Let me ask my question now.
Please.
Right? Going forward towards the convention, are there plans to woo back members who may have left your party? Because we've heard that the likes of Goodluck Jonathan may be coming back. We've heard that the likes of Peter Obi may be coming back. You'd like to confirm to us?
Yes. And
what are some of the things
we are doing that? We haven't gotten a nod from their end, but Jonathan, of course, is still a member of PDP. He didn't leave the party. It's just that he stayed away from active participation, to the affairs of the party. He's still a member of the PDP the last time I checked. But we want him back to be, indeed active. Because if the likes of him, being the last president we produced, right, if he was still in the party, we probably would have a rallying point where, if there are issues, we can say, okay, the leader has directed us or has guided us to this direction or whatever and all of that. So we need him to come back and, be part of the rebuilding of the party. And then also, Peter Obi, who left, we are wooing him. Personally, he is about the only politician in Nigeria today who has a cult organic following. There's no other politician that enjoys that, north and south. So, and that's our desire to have him come back. And I'm praying earnestly as a member of this party that he becomes a candidate of my party in 2027. That way, it would have been about the Nigerian people, because that's who Nigerians want. We want a leader that puts the Nigerian people's interests first, and not just personal interests, not comfort.
So what are the conversations about Goodluck Jonathan coming back to run for presidency? Are those conversations that you are hearing within your party?
No, there are those who are members of our party that desire GEJ as candidate. It's allowed. But personally also, I am of the group that desires Peter Obi, as our candidate. And then if
we have names like Seyi Makinde also in the board.
Yes. If by the time all of them are on board and the time for such contestation now comes and they are in the party, I will work very hard for Peter Obi. And I believe that most people will be convinced more. The challenge is that the North, right, are particularly concerned about his ability to keep to his word of one-term contestation. Why many, from northern Nigeria are asking for GEJs, because he's the only contestant possibly, or the only politician possibly who is constitutionally barred for one term and all that. So that's just it. But the main person where Nigerians, especially young Nigerians, the youth of this country, they are gravitating towards Peter Obi. If Peter Obi is the candidate of PDP today, there will be upsurge.
Right, so
membership.
Right. Let's talk about the choice of Oyo State, Ibadan. Just before I allow you to run out of the studio, people say maybe it seems the faction. Well, you said we don't like the word faction. Oh, but
there's
whatever.
No faction in
the
our
group, maybe group makes like
people
group.
of interest.
Maybe the group of Seyi Makinde actually won by convincing the leadership of your party to zone that convention to Oyo State. Was that what happened? Why the choice of Oyo State? Why the choice of Oyo State?
It's not for us to explain. It's as it suits us, and it's our business. Where we decide to hold our convention, we have held it in Rivers, we've held in Abuja, we've held in Port Harcourt, and all of that. And I have said that we are a party that always sets the pace. Oyo is Ibadan. This is the first time Ibadan is experiencing such a huge political gathering, and it will be such a wonderful experience. So it's not to favor anybody or to go against anybody. Oyo is part of Nigeria, so we chose Ibadan. And
there wasn't any political influence by Seyi Makinde.
No. What will he gain from it? He's going to be our host, and thank God that he accepted to be our host. It doesn't, like I said, this is not the convention that will throw up candidates. True. It's just for NWC members. But what's important to us is where is conducive for us to gather and make a decision. That's where it is.
Let's just talking about the NWC members. I'll let you go into a few minutes. Still talking about the NWC members, we just saw the confirmation of your chairman as a substantive chairman. Yeah. Will he be leaving? He was an acting chairman for a long time, and now you have him. And we've had demands that the Southeast Zone from the Nyesom Wike, will you be returning Samayawo? Are you looking at the power blocks?
What the Wike group have asked for is the Congress, the Southeast Congress, to be reconducted. Yeah. And that is because of the issues that were when the challenge or rift that we had with the office of the National Secretary and all of that. We thought it would be right to do the right thing. And I support that. I'm from the Southeast. There's a need to have that Congress, appropriately reconstituted and conducted. Then one of the demands also is the South-South Congress that held in Calabar should be upheld and all of that. Well, it's left for the party leadership. All of those demands they made, it's left for the party leadership to consider, and we move on. But listen, the PDP has no rift about the issue of convention in Ibadan in November.
So has your party been a good opposition party? Since you lost out of power, have you been a good, have you offered alternative to the ruling party?
We are the alternative, and we will not, what people are expecting, people like you are expecting is
people like me
to play the garrulous kind of politics and disruptive and destructive kind of opposition that APC did in 2014, 2015. We were not constituted for destruction or destruction of Nigeria. We will engage the system, and we will want
and you can say with all moral trust that the PDP has constantly engage Nigerians as a good opposition party. But just
We're
to add
not
to
an
that,
opposition party. We're a ruling
no,
party.
No,
We
at,
will- we will
at
come
this
back to
point,
govern
at
the
this
nation.
point, at this point, accept your fate.
It's okay.
You are a former
Well,
ruling party.
It's okay. It's okay.
You're
But
not a
by the
ruling
grace
party.
of God, 2027 will come back.
That's left for
to govern
Nigerians
the
to.
nation.
That's left for Nigerians to.
I believe the Nigerian people, because like Buhari said in 2015 when he was campaigning, he said, if we do not kill corruption, corruption will kill Nigeria.
But-
If we did not kill APC and
No,
keep
no,
it a
no,
state,
we don't kill APC.
If, okay,
This
not kill.
language.
If we do not sack APC, they will kill Nigeria. There is a need to sack APC.
Those-
The earlier we do that, the better for us.
And people say you didn't do better as a political party at that time. That was why Nigerians sacked you.
The difference is clear. When you marry two wives, you know which one is better. Well, the Nigerians have married two wives,
And
and we
APC
now know which one is better.
APC have their own
2027,
defense.
we would,
APC have their own defense.
We will test
Always-
that resolve of the Nigerian people,
Always-
whether they are supporting
always-
APC or going to come back. to
We
the
have a
PDP
new
way.
party now. The ADC and the
Come
Labour
on.
Party is still
Don't
in the
worry,
fray.
don't worry. They will come back. Into
Oh, the
PDP. By
ADC is
time
the ADC is
they
coming
will
to the
come
PDP.
back. They already applied. So many have written their apology letter already. You know, even Atiku himself may likely come back to PDP. Yes, that's the truth. Because that's home. That's the only political party that
Gives
indeed-
him ticket.
No, not about
no,
just
but
giving
you've given him ticket twice.
That's the only party that cares about the Nigerian people.
The PDP.
Yes.
Those are words that people will actually.
I'm telling
debate.
you, by our name, you will tell better. People's Democratic
But
Party.
by the actions.
Our actions too. When we governed, it was about the Nigerian people. We didn't just come and declare subsidy is gone and afflicted pains. When we were going to remove subsidy, we started engaging. We had town halls. We set up structure to help cushion the effect of whatever subsidy removal will
And
be.
people say if-
Shopee was set up and all of those
People say
structures.
PDP didn't say for raining days, but those are conversations for the communication team of the APC. Let's go for a short break. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank
I wish your party, like I wish every other party, all the
Thank
best.
you.
And
I appreciate it.
And I wish that you get to Oyo State and elect members that will take your party. So when
to where we are going to, which is
you-
back to the villa, by His grace.
that will be determined by the Nigerian people.
I agree, but faith without works, they say, is dead. So
Thank you
we
so
will
much.
work hard. to
Mazi
achieve that.
Nnamdi Dixon, who is a member of the PDP NEC, for coming to speak to us tonight.
Thank you
We
very
really
much.
do
Not NEC.
appreciate it.
I'm just a member of the People's Democratic Party. I'm not a member of NEC.
Thank you. And you were at that inauguration
Yes.
of the inauguration of the committee.
Yes.
The convention planning committee of
Yes.
the PDP.
Yes.
That will be holding on the
15th
16th of
in
November in
Ibadan.
Oyo State, Ibadan. Thank you so much, Manzi,
Thank
for
you.
coming.
Thank
Let's go for a short break, and when we're back, we'll just take a few reports and we'll get to understand what's actually happening. Thank you so much. All right, so this is still Big Talk, a program where we highlight political issues around Nigeria. And tonight we looked at PDP's 2025 convention that will be holding in Oyo State, Ibadan. And Ibadan, Oyo State capital, where we have a member of the PDP joining us who was at that inauguration, a chieftain of the PDP, Mazi Nnamdi Irabo, joined us to actually make sense of the discussions. And we looked at a lot of things about this party. And he's sounding very optimistic that his party will get back to power in 2025. But like I told him, that's left for the Nigerian people to actually decide if they want the PDP back or not. But before we go tonight, let's go check out some of the trending political discussions that we have on going on social media tonight. Like I bring it to you, calling it Perspectives. Let's check it out. So the first story we have tonight says El-Rufai slams police over ban on ADC meeting in Kaduna. El-Rufai slams police over ban on ADC meeting in Kaduna. To former governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, on Thursday, today expressed strong displeasure over the police halting a planned meeting of the African Democratic Congress leaders in the state, insisting that the action violated constitutional provision. That's coming from the former governor of Kaduna State, Malam Nasir El-Rufai. Let's take another story tonight. Ex-Ogun local government PDP chairmanship candidate Dom's party. So a former chairmanship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Yawa North local government during the 2021 council election, Kehinde Akinde, has resigned from the party. So the ex-Ogun local government PDP chairmanship candidate Dom's party, a former chairmanship candidate of the People's Democratic Party in Yawa North local government during the 2021 council elections, Kehinde Akinde, has resigned from the PDP. We take another story now. Atiku mourns 29 killed in Niger boat mishap. So former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has expressed grief over the boat accident in Bogu local government area of Niger State, which reportedly claimed at least 29 lives. And we take the last story for tonight. Tinubu committed to improving roads to boost economy. APC lawmaker. So the chairman House Committee on Federal Road Maintenance Agency and lawmaker representing Ibarapa East Ido Federal Constituency of Edo State at the House of Representatives, Engineer Aderemi Ovseni, has said President Bola Tinubu is committed to ensuring effective transportation aided by motorable roads all over the country. So the APC lawmaker says Tinubu is committed to improving roads to boost economy. All right. So tonight we highlighted issues surrounding the former ruling party, the PDP, which were actually in power from 1999 to 2015 when they lost out. We had the PDP candidate lost, Goodluck Jonathan lost to Muhammadu Buhari in that very general elections, and we saw him call drop Muhammadu Buhari to concede defeat. And since then, the PDP has been an opposition party, and just recently we're having the PDP set up a convention planning committee, towards a convention planning committee that will draw up NWC members, National Working Committee members, that will now plan for their convention, a convention that will lead to having presidential candidates that will fly the flag of that party, the People's Democratic Party, in 2027. Right. So we wish and we hope every political party all the best, like we wish the YPP, the Labour Party, and every other political party. As is just to highlight the issues and bring information to Nigerians. I hope that you actually enjoyed today's episode of the program. As we come, remember that Big Talk comes your way every weekday from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So before we go tonight, I'd like to say, remember that Nigeria belongs to all of us. We must love and cherish this country. We must keep the flag flying. We must ensure that transparency, accountability, love, dignity, and integrity is our watchword. My name is Wong Usoro in Abuja, and I'm saying bye for now.